Kahn. Thank you for joining us, Nerine. Can you describe the mood today? Was there a sense that the stakes are very high here?
I think it's an important matter, but I think everybody came with the right intention, and they came with sober mind, but willing to talk to each other. And obviously, the issues are important, and obviously, they want to try and find a resolution.
I understand that AMCU was separated from the employers for much of the day. Did the parties interact? Just tell us how the talks were handled.
Okay. I'm amused to hear that from you, because that's a standard mediation practice. There's nothing sinister about people being separated. The employer parties asked for a room to caucus in, as did the AMCU members asked for a room to caucus in, which the CCMA would obviously make available to everyone. There were also many occasions where everybody met together in relation to that. And essentially the process was really just trying to work out where we're going to go forward, how the process is going to be conducted, and what's going to happen. So we would have times where we talk to people separately and times we talk to them together, but there's nothing inappropriate about that.
All right. These were touted as state-mediated talks initially. Some ministers there today, but they're not going to attend on Monday. Are they handing over to you as the CCMA? And is that a good thing? Because a lot of people were welcoming government's intervention.
The CCMA is a state dispute resolution body, and it is established in terms of the Labour Relations Act to do exactly what's been asked of it. And so the place to go to when you have a dispute of this nature is actually the CCMA, and not necessarily the state ministers themselves. But obviously those ministers have got a great interest in the matter, and it's important for them to oversee what's happening, and it obviously makes sure that they understand that there is an importance to the matter, and the parties see the importance of that matter.
Are you disappointed they're leaving? Would it help if they were there every day, do you think?
It's very important in a mediation to allow the mediators to actually mediate, and not. And you need to separate the issues of a mediation in a strike process and the mediation in relation to politics. And it's very important that it's actually a mediation in relation to the wage issues and the issues in dispute between the employer and the employee. It is ultimately a dispute between the three employers and the trade union, and not a dispute between the ministers and the trade union and the ministers and the employers. Obviously, they lend kudos to the process, and it's very important that they're there, and the parties came in relation to that, but the CCMA is the body that should facilitate that process.
Finally, I understand the CCMA would have been involved before the strike notice was issued. So we're kind of back to the same table. Same demands, possibly, same gap between the employers and the union. Do you notice any softening? Do you look forward to any softening of stances?
Look, there's always softening of stances in processes when people are on strike and when there's a discussion going on. One can't say yet we didn't get into the details of the facilitation process and the actual demand details today, but there was certainly a willingness for everyone to cooperate, a willingness for everybody to find each other, and a need to find a solution, and to find a solution as peacefully as possible.
All right, thank you for your time, and we will follow those talks closely. That was Nerine Kahn from the CCMA. She is a director there. Well, on Twitter, AMCU keeps on trending. Let's take a look at some of the tweets.